Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Crush the Legend, aka Mr. PSA, also known as Yoda. Going to do this little midnight cook, something little light. It's a lot going on. So we at the end of the year of boxing in 2022. So we gotta keep pushing forward, and we looking forward 2023 to come along, which is right around the corner. We don't have too far to go, ladies and gentlemen, which is a good thing. Want to see how they're going to start off the year in boxing this year, and the year coming up. So it looks like there's a lot of mandatories that's going to be popping up in the year 2023. Me, in my opinion, I think some of these mandos should have took place this year, but nonetheless, it seemed like that they're going to be taking place in the up and coming new year, which is right next door. One of the biggest ones that has my attention, and this is something that I kind of been thinking about and even spoke about on a couple lives with the fam or whenever I'm on somebody's platform, is the 135-pound division, the lightweight division. We already know that Devin Haney is the undisputed champion at 135 pounds. Right now, we don't know what's next for Devin Haney, but there's a lot at 135 that we can talk about, especially with some of these up and coming guys that's been thrown in our face or being forced down our throat and in our minds that they're going to be the next superstar, the next pay per view star, or whatever the case may be. Me, I don't agree with that. You're gonna have to put in work, and then we'll see if they're a superstar now. What's going on, Big Tex? There's some things we need to talk about. So I figured since it's kind of dry right now, I'll let everybody do their thing and I can come in and touch on some things a little differently, not try to cover the same exact thing. But I'm glad you were here. Smash the like button, share it out, bro. You know I'm about to get cooking up in here. But talking about the 135-pound division, um, a lot of guys need to be get a lot of guys need to air it out, and that's why I titled it "Air It Out." A lot of things need to be aired out at one time because outside of Devin Haney being the undisputed champion at 135 pounds, there's a whole lot of other shit that needs to be aired out, especially when it comes to some of these fighters. And then a lot of these guys, they getting rankings and they dropping in ranking spots for with no explanation. How did they get there? Where did they come from? Why are they there in this certain spot? We know in the sport of boxing, just like any business, that people can pay for spots and slots and things like that. And that's what's going on in the sport of boxing in all weight classes. But I'm on 135 ass right now. All right, and that's going on in the lightweight division. Guys getting thrown in spots that they shouldn't be in yet, and we haven't seen them take the correct steps to get to those certain rankings. And that's of course because somebody's laying in the bed with somebody, or somebody's paying somebody a check, and they trying to create a new superstar or star in everybody's mind. Well, I'm not gonna let boxing televise my mind. Just like I don't let anything else televise my mind. So they need to air this shit out. All this name calling and cloud chasing at 135 is like it's too much of that shit. All right, it's too much of it going on. So outside of Devin Haney, we don't know what's going on with Devin Haney right now. We'll find out later. But what's the most popping topic at 135 for me is that Shakur Stevenson, of course, he's new to the weight class. He's fucking late to the goddamn weight class. That's another thing. A lot of these guys should be in other weight classes. Now we hear people coming out that's not in the weight class anymore, that's talking about and that's critiquing what's going to go on at 135 and who's going to be the man and not. And let me start off with Teofimo Lopez, who's now campaigning at 140, who ain't fighting no motherfucking goddamn body. And I'm gonna get back to Tio on something else. But let me air out what Tio said first. Salute, just do. Thanks for coming through, bro. I'm gonna make this goddamn time worth it, bro. I got time. You know what I'm saying? So recently Teofimo Lopez came out recently and he had a nerve to air out what he feels about who's going beat a man at 135, and basically what he said Shakur Stevenson is going to have a better career at 135 pounds than Devin Haney. I'm gonna repeat that part again. T.O. came out and said that Shakur Stevenson would do better at lightweight than Devin Haney. Now, who is Teofimo Lopez to even say something like that? I mean, he can speak his mind. It's a free country, but also you're going to get some backlash when you say shit. All right, so now all of a sudden, who is T.O. to be saying this? First of all, T.O., Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson is doing better and will continue to do better than what he did at 135 pounds. And Shakur haven't even had his first fight at 135 yet. So T.O., when Teofimo came out recently and said that Shakur would do better than Dev at 135, then fucking T.O., you was talking about yourself too, homie. You was talking about yourself too, homie. Oh yeah, Shakur is gonna do better than Dev at 135. Well, you ain't gonna fight neither one of them, so you can't really say how good they really gonna do. I mean, you can say nigga talking from the bleachers and shit like you're a motherfucking fan. He's a fucking pussy boy. But all of a sudden, since he not at 135, he feel as though he could be like motherfucking Jada kissing the air out. Well, I'm gonna air this shit out right now. He got problems. He talking about he's not happy with fighting Jose Zepeda. He really wanted to fight Josh Taylor. I don't want to jump around too much, but I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna stay right there. So, first of all, I do not agree with what Teofimo Lopez said, and the reason why I don't agree with it because we don't even fucking know how good Shakur Stevenson is going to do at 135. We don't even know about who Shakur Stevenson is going to face at 135. T.O. knows something that we don't know. Hello, T.O., give me your number. Let me know what the fuck you talking about. Because you ain't really did too much at 135. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, G5, salute. Thanks for coming through, bro. Hit the like button, man. I'm about to cook all these fools, man. You see what I'm saying? So, T.O., you was talking about yourself, and as far as I'm concerned, get off of Shakur nuts. If you want to help Shakur do better at 135, why don't you take your ass back down to 135 and fight Shakur since you ran from Devin Haney, bitch? Since you ran from Devin Haney, huh? Would that make Shakur do better at 135 because you wound up fighting him and Dev didn't? You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson got to become undisputed at 135 for you to even say that. Shakur Stevenson got to have his first fight, and we don't know how he's going to look at 135. Of course, we could put it out there going on the eye test because we know he's young, talented, and skilled, but we don't know how exactly he's going to look against whoever at 135. So do T.O. know something that we don't know? Is he going to take a lighter route at 135? Like, help me out because I don't understand where T.O. coming from. Besides being a nut hugger, and he ain't in the weight class no more, so he feels as though that he get to talk about who's going to do better out of boxing's most talented and most highly skilled fighters around in that weight class region. No, you don't fit the bill to say that, nigga, because you ain't aired nothing out. You full of air, matter of fact, Brody. What's taking you so long to get busy at 140? And I hope Jose Zepeda beat the brakes off his fucking ass. Oh, I wanted to fight Josh Taylor. Yeah, because the problem with T.O., he thought he was going to go up there and get the hop, skip, and the jump and click himself like 3 times like Dorothy and eyes his way into a motherfucking title. Nah, bruh. Slow down, step by step. Now let me see you air something out. Matter of fact, he should be worrying about how he going to do at 140. Than worrying about talking about Shakur is going to do better than Dev. And he went on to say, well, you know, even if Shakur don't never fight Tank, he's still going to wind up doing better at 135 than Devin Haney. He said, well, he got better hand speed, and he said Shakur punches harder than Devin Haney. You ain't got punched by neither one of them. I mean, it's fine you did, but you ain't get punched by neither one of these men. So you don't even fucking know. Who the hell are you? You sound just like anybody else that's looking from the outside and not saying that we don't know nothing, you know, but he fits the bill to fall in the category with the casual who don't really know much, talking all this nonsense. But I'm glad we getting these mandated fights, and I hope Hopefully that no one does the Ryan Garcia and goddamn petition to get away from the mandatories, because we have seen people do that in the sport of boxing. Now, is the WBC is trying to be nice to the boxing fans? Or are they trying to be nice to the mass crowd? Or are they trying to please us, the hardcore fans? Because this sounds good, because they've been fucking up all the way, all the sanctioned bodies been fucking up, a little bit here and there. Let's just be honest. Let's air it out like a funky fart. You got to open up all windows and doors and even put a hole in the wall. You know what I'm saying? So is the WBC is trying to make up for some goddamn shit, because they've been letting certain things slide and things like that. So now we talking about Mr. Isaac Cruz, this guy that's supposed to be this fucking next superstar or what have you. Yeah, he needs to get in the ring with someone like Shakur Stevenson, because after the Tank fight, he been in there with Gamboa, who has totally done people, and he been in there with some C-level fucking fighters. But we supposed to buy that Isaac Cruz is gonna be this guy like that. Now, style wise, this is an interesting fight. I want to see what's going to happen. Now, I'm not even worried about it from a Shakur standpoint, because I think Shakur can handle that sort of style. Let's see. I might be wrong. I don't know that. But we already know what normally happens when you have a brawler go against a tactician or a surgeon. I mean, they get operated on. All right. So Isaac Cruz hasn't really been in there with anybody outside of Tank Davis. I can't give him credit for Gamboa, because Gamboa was totally fucking done. So who has Isaac Cruz really been in there with? Now, if he really gonna be that next thing, let's see how he goes in there. That's if he accepts the fight with Shakur Stevenson. He might try to get out of that. He might try to get out of that, but since Isaac Cruz wanna be acting like he the man and he need to be doing this and doing that, was a good thing that for a moment, for a very second, we can get a pause for the cause, because he ain't got Tank Davis nuts in his mouth. Because you got to remember, people, Isaac Cruz is talking about, I want Tank, I want Tank, I want Tank, boss, Tank, that Tank. Now that is being ordered by the WBC that you got to fight somebody other than Tank, that's on the elite level, that's either elite A or B. This would be your first time doing that. And I don't think Isaac Cruz is going to do that well against Shakur Stevenson. I might be wrong. Somebody might say, well, he's rugged enough. He's rugged enough, this, that, and the other. But, Shakur is tactical enough to make this dude look like a piece of shit. But nonetheless, that's going to be an interesting fight. Because the thing is, if they fight, that's if Isaac Cruz and them duck the smoke. Now, if they fight, we want to see how Isaac Cruz lands his cocky power on Shakur Stevenson, and can see if he can take it. But Shakur Stevenson is a big guy for 135. We already know he should be at 140. But here's the crazy thing. Going back to what Tio was saying when I was looking at it, right? Tio had a nerve to say that Devin Haney is basically a fucking junior middleweight. Uh, yeah, and Shakur gonna beat the brakes off him. But look, Tio had a nerve to basically say that Devin Haney is basically a junior middleweight fighting at 135 pounds. Basically saying he's a welterweight. He's more so a 147 guy fighting at 135 pounds. That just let me know that Teofimo Lopez, and we already know he's afraid of guys who has height, and he's afraid of guys who's bigger than him, no matter if it's height or muscle or weight. And shit, Tio gonna have to worry about that shit at 140 pounds. It's gonna be guys up there bigger than Tio. So Tio's a big ass fucking goddamn pussy boy for that shit. And so, he's basically trying to say that Devin Haney is a weight draining demon. All right. DS salute, bro. What's going on? Make sure you smash the like button as you come in, bro. But yeah, so we already know that Tio has a problem with guys that's bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? So now oh man, oh man, he's really big. So now Tio heard what Lomastenko said at his fight, saying, well, oh wow, wow, wow. this is a heavyweight, you know, being funny. So now T.O. is gonna back off of what Lomachenko said at his fight, but taking a couple weight classes down. Ha 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 ha. How funny is that? But he's a big ass fucking bitch. Anyway, but yeah, let's see if Isaac Cruz is actually gonna get in there with Tank Davis. And I'm telling y'all right now, with Shakur Stevenson decimates motherfucking Isaac Cruz. I don't want to hear nothing else about this guy, how hard he hit. He's a fucking superstar because he's only getting Purple Heart fucking goddamn respect. PGH, big dog. Salute to you, my man. Thanks for coming through, man. So I ain't gonna want to hear that shit later. What they gonna say about Isaac Cruz after Shakur Stevenson performs a surgery on his ass? What they going to do? Because one thing, this dude is not defensively sound, and Shakur Stevenson is a sharpshooter. Hey, y'all, Shakur Stevenson fuck around and get one of his biggest victories against Isaac Cruz. And the reason why I say one of his biggest, not for his name, because Isaac ain't no fucking body, but he might stop his ass. Shakur will mess around and beat up on Isaac Cruz, and that's what I want. So for all you Isaac Cruz believers out there, keep talking about this, that, and other, he is superstar. He's another version of Mike Tyson. Get the fuck up on out here with that nonsense. Let Mike Tyson be who the fuck Mike Tyson is, and who Mike Tyson was. Stop trying to turn fighters into the next this and the next that, and let them beat up. Let them find their own identity. That's what's wrong with a lot of y'all now. That's why y'all got these fighters confused, because you got these motherfuckers picking up other identities instead of searching and having their own. That's why they running around cloud chasing. They can't build their brand off of their own name. They got to use somebody else's name because it's an identity crisis, and you are part of the motherfucking reason why they suffer from identity crisis. You casual ass motherfucking fans, and some of you casual ass content creators. Yeah, some of you content creators, some casual ass piece of shits, sitting out here putting out all this poisonous goddamn content, knowing it ain't true. That's messing up the algorithm and all that shit. So I really want to see that situation go down. Hopefully, we have a date for Isaac Cruz and Shakur Stevenson, and all these guys that's out of nowhere, just coming out of nowhere and just moving into the number 2 rank, the number 3 rank, and they haven't done a goddamn thing to get there. So it's a lot to discuss at 135. We know Shakur came out recently. He was talking about this tournament thing, and let everybody get it in. Now moving on to Keefe Pooh. Please give me my chance to dance. I know when I had a chance to ask you, did you want to dance? I didn't, when you asked me to dance, I said no. But since, the floor is yours now, please, please give me my chance to dance. I would do anything. Keith Thurman running around playing the flute for free, butt naked with motherfucking goddamn Indian motherfucking oil on him and shit. Give me my chance. Give me my chance. Oh my God, give me my chance. So it seems like Keefe Pooh will be getting a shot at Errol Spence. I don't want to see this fight, people. But if they mandated, goddamn it, we just gotta have it. That's if EJ decides to stay down there and entertain and beat up more Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman want to be so important, people, and feel as though that he's a part of the party because he feels so goddamn left out. And that's kind of his goddamn fault because he was shucking and jiving too. Him and Terrence Crawford was running around shucking and jiving, and they could have been handling the motherfucking goddamn business. And they ain't. And Terrence Crawford still should be motherfucking stripped. I ain't trying to hear that shit, but this ain't about that bitch ass nigga right now. It's about Keefe Pooh. So Keefe Pooh been rubbing the land in his lap, and it seems like that Keith Thurman's goddamn wish is going to be granted. All right, so we know EJ don't want to fight nobody unless they got something that he has. All right, so hey, do y'all want EJ to just go ahead and fight Keith Thurman, or should he just decline to move to 154? Hey, just drop it in the chat. You ain't got to drop a certain thing, but just let me know. Would y'all rather see Errol Spence beat up on Keefe Pooh, or you rather see him go to 154 because it seemed like this undisputed thing at 147 between him and his bitch ass Terry Cloth is not going to happen. And come to find out, oh, the Mandos is in. Oh, we knew this was going to happen. So right after this fight that old goddamn Terry Cloth is having with David Amnesia, David David and Bruce's bread company and shit. Now he has a Mando. Now he has a Mando to fight Virgil Ortiz. Let's see how that plays out. But he'll probably duck that too. But what y'all think? Should Keefe Poo? Should Errol Spence go ahead and say, yeah, I'm gonna go fuck up Keefe Poo. Let me get this mandated defense out the way. Because we already know Keith Thurman does not deserve another shot at a title, people. He does not. I mean, he does in a way, but he don't need to be getting in there with Errol Spence. And this is because of fucking Terrence Crawford. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So we already know just people's gonna come out. Oh yeah, man, fuck that, man. Fuck that, man. Yeah, he should be fighting him. He should be fighting him. Yeah, man. Errol should fight Keefe Poo. Man, if Errol don't fight Keefe Poo, that's kind of like a duck, man. Because Keefe Poo, he still got something left in the tank. He still look kind of good. This, that, and the other. He only got one loss. This, that, and the other. All right, so why y'all wasn't pushing for anybody else to fight Keefe Poo or Keefe Poo to fight anybody else? No, Keefe Poo don't get no shot at Errol Spence. He don't, because he does nothing for Errol, and I'm letting y'all know right now. Keith Thurman does nothing for Errol Spence. He does not need Errol Spence on his resume. People, stop that bullshit. It look good for his resume. No, it don't. Not now, it doesn't. Because now that Errol has mostly everything except for one goddamn stone, and Keefe Poo ain't got nothing. No, Keefe Poo would have did something for Errol when he had something for Errol to fight for, to go take from him. But now since he don't have that, he ain't shit. So he does nothing. He don't look good on Errol's resume. Right now, not right now. Errol is going out for legacy. Keith Thurman was once a legacy fight with EJ, but he's not that anymore. Keith Thurman can only look good on everybody else's resume that didn't come in the weight class at the same time as his peers, as Porter, and all those guys, Porter, Brooks, Danny Garcia, and all that. So Keefe Poo only can do something for these up and coming guys. Now Keefe Poo he does more for Boots' resume than he does for EJ's resume. He does more for Speedy Rashidi Ellis' resume than he does for EJ. So Keith Thurman does nothing for EJ, but he does look good for everybody else's resume at 147. That's not one of the OGs in the weight class. All right? Keith Thurman does something for Terrence Crawford, whose resume is not really anything. All right? But yeah, I think he should go ahead and move on, and I think that's what he's going to do. Now, getting back to 135, now there's rumors that Tank Davis might be fighting Abner Mares. I'm telling you, I do not want to see Tank fight no goddamn Abner Mares. I don't know how true that is. That does nothing for the 135 weight class. Abner Mares does nothing for lightweight. He just needs to just keep on wearing them big ass goddamn glasses from his Elton John collection and keep on commentating fights. But he don't need to get back in the ring. Boxing don't need him. We don't need to see Abner Mares in the lightweight division. He's now part of the equation at 135. So he needs to click his heels 3 times and get the fuck up on out of here. But it's a lot to get going at 135. Keyshawn Davis has a lot of shit on his back. He got guys calling him out. Let's air this shit out. Who should Keyshawn Davis fight? Well, the men that's on his back that got a bounty on him, let's see if he fights these guys. And just, I was about to get to that part too, man. I was about to get to that part. Yeah, I did see that, but I just had to get that out, get it out the way just for the casual purposes only. See what I'm saying? Because you know how casuals can do. But yeah, keep trying to get a retirement check. Well, he need to earn his check against the Young Bucks because he don't need to be fucking in his damn business. But we already know the reason why he still have hopes alive to try to get in there and fight PJ is because of what Terrence Crawford did, which I really feel as though people he should be stripped. All right, he definitely should be stripped. But yeah, Keefy Pooh, no, be a gatekeeper because you put yourself in this position, homeboy. Be a gatekeeper, and prove yourself to the next class at motherfucking 147. Cause he ain't got me sold. And everybody that he can who resume he'll look good on, he don't want to fight these guys. Keith Thurman know he don't want to sit back there and deal with a Bruce Ennis, a Rashidi, a Virgil Ortiz, and the other guys that's at 147. Because this sport is becoming a young man's sport. Yeah. I feel you. Cody Crowley or something like that. But hopefully EJ does not take that fight with Keith Thurman. I don't think he is. Go up to 154 and do what you got to do there. But yeah, but I think that was kind of shit. Goddamn Bud Crawford's plan anyway, because he should have been had that Mando. But all of a sudden we got this Mando coming up. Now, should we see some of these Mandos, or some of these Mandos worth seeing? Or should some of these Mandos be overlooked and be like, fuck that Mando? Like the Keith Thurman versus EJ. I don't want to see that shit. Drop the bills, move up, man. Cause this we allowed we hyped this guy up. We all hyped up this Terrence Crawford guy. I wish Bob Irvin would have picked somebody else to get that belt from fucking Jeff Horn. Seriously, because it's horrible. But getting back to 135, let's see what's going to happen there. Now, here's my thing. How many fights is Shakur Stevenson going to have at 135? He can't be sitting down there too long. And speaking of Shakur Stevenson right now, people, he looking kind of bad. And I'm not talking about far as boxing. See that shit, they're not there fucking around with Mob Ties and Omegos, and I knew it. Now this name's starting to pop up all over the place, and conspiracies and all type of shit. So I hope this is a learning lesson for him, and he needs to just stay focused on boxing and having a good time with his family instead of running the street with a bunch of motherfuckers that's going to wind up having his ass dead or in fucking jail somewhere laid out. What's up, Salute Skywalker? Thanks for coming through. Hope you smashed the like button coming through, but we airing some things out. Definitely at 135. Thanks for the fire, G5, but definitely. And I think everybody in the boxing community should be talking about that with Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur Stevenson, as talented as he is, if he keep running around with those type of dudes, he's going to have a short boxing career. He's going to have a short boxing career if he keep on running around trying to be in the motherfucking streets and things like that, being around a bunch of goddamn snakes, because he's rolling around with a bunch of slippery ass fucking snakes. And the way that the world is right now, and somebody, yo, D-Free, thanks for coming through, man. And the way that the world thinks right now, what about one of these overzealous fans that take off, really go there, like, yeah, you know what, and that shit can happen. That's why his ass needs to stay focused on what's at hand at 135. So I guess what Teofimo Lopez was saying, basically, that Shakur Stevenson is going to become undisputed at 135 pounds and do better than what Dev did. But that, like I said at the beginning, you're talking about yourself too, because you really ain't did shit at 135. Won't you bring your bitch ass back down to 135, because you ain't going to do nothing at 140. You can't do nothing with nobody at 140. So you need to bring your punk ass back down to 135 and get in there and fight Shakur. And after Shakur whoop your ass, you can say, yeah, Shakur did better than you because, you know, I fought Shakur and he whipped my ass and I ran from you. You understand what I'm saying? That's what he need to do. For real, this dude might need to go into early retirement. For real, because what he's going to do at 140 pounds. And he thought he was going to go up there and get a shot at a belt No, it's not going down like that, bro. You're not going up there and getting shot at a belt so you can hold up 140. You get a belt and then you ain't gonna want to fight Regis or one of the other top guys up there. Man, get the fuck up on out of here. You need to stay your bitch ass at 135 because you need to do more things at 135. You talking about all this motherfucking bullshit. Let's air that shit out. Let's see how good Teofimo really is. Because I think a lot of guys would do better than goddamn Teofimo at 135 and he motherfucking talking about what Shakur gonna do better than goddamn Dev at 135. How about Shakur Stevenson probably won't become undisputed at lightweight? Think about that, T.O. And that goes for boxing fans too. What if Shakur Stevenson never become undisputed at 135 pounds? Because wasn't he trying to do that shit at 130? But, you know, he started blowing up like the fat boys. So, excuse me, T.O. Excuse me, T.O. It's going for anybody at 135 that's there now and that's going to come, you know, not too far after Devin Haney's going. Man, it's going to be hard for somebody to top what Devin Haney did out at 135 pounds. Unless they come in there and they clear out the whole goddamn weight division. Right? And that means all the smoke, the light smoke and the most heaviest smoke. Alright, so somebody's gonna have to come in there and do that. AP, he fooled everywhere. T.O. is fooled, period, people. He fooled at 35, he fooled at 40, he just fooled, period. He just a diet plan that nobody is really worrying about having any parts of. You see what I'm saying? So his career ain't gonna be shit. He worrying about what somebody else gonna do better, and that same person that he talking about gonna do better is doing better than him. Shit, cause didn't goddamn Devin Haney do better than T.O.? Yes, he did. And he whooped that ass. He whooped ass. So I don't know. T.O. don't have nowhere to run. So now he nut hugging and motherfucking vine swinging and shit. Get up on out of here with that. So what else we got? In the W, we got some more Mandos. Kind of been dropped for the rankings, which I think is well deserved. He's been dropped for the rankings. I don't even think if he I don't think that is gonna work for him if he just tried to come over here and get a license to fight. I think that situation that's fucked him all around with what he done. So he might be on a back burner for a minute too. What else we have going on? We got Wilder and Andy Ruiz. That's coming up in 2023. Let's see what happens. Yeah, but PG, like, yo, Jose Zepeda's gonna beat up Teofimo Lopez, y'all. I'm telling you, he's gonna beat T.O. up. So I hope they have everybody up T.O. ass in his gloves, outside the gloves, on top of the gloves, around the laces and everything, because I do not see Teofimo Lopez beating the whole Jose Zepeda. I don't see him beating it. He already know that most likely he won't beat Jose Zepeda. That's why he's not big on on facing him. I mean, he rather face Josh Taylor, which he probably think would have been a lighter touch for him or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think T.O. would have been able to beat Josh Taylor. I could be wrong, but he's stuck in a hole. He can't do too much bullshit anymore, and that's a good thing. Also, make sure y'all put y'all notifications on. T going to have that great bill in the morning at 7:30 about the top 15 undisputed champions in the 3 and 4 belt era. So make sure y'all got y'all notify bell on for that when Southern Treat does that in later hours, the coming a few hours. That's gonna be great. Hold on, I got something else. I got something else for y'all. Now, what y'all think about I seen something that Canelo still might think about getting a rematch with Bivol. I don't think that should happen. But someone said they think Bivol would beat Canelo easier than he did the first time around because he got his number and everything like that. But nonetheless, I don't want to see that fight again. I don't want to see that fight again at all. As far as who should Tank fight at 135, I don't know. We got Ghost Martin fighting Rivera. Ooh. So we got Ghost Martin fighting Rivera because Purple Power Ranger, he ducked that goddamn smoke. Now, I know a lot of people, they like Michelle Rivera. They call him the real Ali grandson or whatever like that because he looked just like him. Kind of looked like he got some of that DNA in him, but I'm not going to falsify that because I don't know if that's really true. But that's a good fight at 135 pounds. But I got Frank Martin beating Michelle Rivera. I think Frank is just going to be he's going to be a little too much for Michelle Rivera. Frank solid body, very durable guy. Come on, people, look who he's under. He's under the tutelage of Derek James, and we see what being under the tutelage of Derek James can get you and how good it help had you looking sharp and everything with Mel and EJ. So Michelle Rivera, he's going to have to stay out of harm's way. He got good foot movement, so he's going to need to be floating like a butterfly in that fight because the moment he actually tries to sit there, or if he sit there too long with Frank Martin, he's going to get hurt. And it's going to be interesting to see how Michelle Rivera, who's been dropped before, but it's going to be interesting to see how well he holds up against Frank Martin because we already know Frank Martin, the Ghost, is going to come with that body assault. And I don't know if Michelle Rivera is going to be able to take that very well or how long or how well he would fare with staying away from it. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, it's a good fight. These fights make sense. Hopefully, a lot of these other prospects turning into contenders start to take note and really get in there and build their own name because that's the problem that we have in the sport of boxing, but definitely at 135 because everybody wants to build their name off of somebody else. Yo, he said, I be crying, yo. I'm high as a Georgia palm tree. A Georgia palm tree? God damn, just do I never thought about, palm trees being anywhere in Georgia. See, I know you high because you meant to say Florida. Hold on, I got to highlight this, man. Fuck that. I got to highlight that. Y'all see? He said, D free, I be crying, yo. I'm high as a Georgia palm tree. Yo, just do the guru voice, my brother. You are high because I don't know about palm trees being in Georgia, but I know about palm trees being in Florida. So, hey, yo, hey, Skywalker, you see this? A pine tree? Okay, cool. He meant to say a pine tree. Hey, just man. Oh man. All right, cool. You smoking that pine pack, huh? Just do smoking that pine pack and take a toke from me because I'm in the building. I can't do that, and I would need to go outside. That's too far of a travel for me to do that. By the time I come back inside, my little buzz will be going. I ain't got time for that shit. So take a toke from me of the pine and feel fine, bro. But getting back to this boxing talk, man. Yeah, so we definitely gonna have to see what's gonna happen in that fight. But yeah, this is a good fight. I think what boxing needs to do. I like the fact that the WBC is coming with these mandos, but like I said, let's take our time and see how firm they're gonna stand on it. But hopefully, what they can do, what they should do, for us, the boxing fans, the diehards, for all boxing fans, no matter what level of a boxing fan you are, is really start concentrating on helping these guys build their own brand instead of keep on doing this clout chasing shit. My 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 wish for 2023 is for guys not to be clout chasing. Build your own fucking brand. Build your own brand. Hopefully these guys really learn that. Amazon buried 30%, and I got something else. I forgot the name. It's like 20%. I'm big ass and fried to the max. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Just do it, hey man. Keep on toting that thing while you ain't here listening to your brother cook. Man, while I get burned some of these goddamn work hours off. But yeah, stay tuned. I got a few things we can go over, y'all. We about to get into some other shit too. But definitely that. Let's see what happens at 135. Now here's the thing. Now with Chris Colbert pulling away from the Frank Martin fight. What's next for Chris Colbert? Chris Colbert, do we really care about his career? Do we really want to see, him reach his full potential? How far can Chris Colbert really go? But for right now, it seems like Chris Colbert, he's at a standstill. He's I don't know. He went from being on a video, having a verbal war with Gary Russell Jr., this, that, and the other, and then now he's not fighting Frank Martin. Now let's see who does he fight next. You know what I mean? I think Chris Colbert should just go ahead and hopefully his chicken business is doing good and the business is being conducted in the right way because this guy won't be anything to talk about in the near future in the sport of boxing. He's not doing nothing. Um, I think this guy is ducking a whole lot of smoke too because it's a whole lot of smoke at 135. A whole lot of smoke. And I think this kid really knows what's going on, and he's starting to realize that you know what, at the being humble, he's starting to realize that damn, you know what, man, I ain't as focused as I should be in the gym and on the boxing like that. And I've been doing some things, and now when I look up, 135 looks deeper than what I thought it was. See, Chris Colbert was playing around with 135 like it's just a 5-foot pool. You know what I'm saying? And not paying attention. But now he understands that, oh, it's not 5 feet. This motherfucker go 9 feet deep. So I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen with Chris Colbert, or is he going to continue to clout chase? And I think when they do that a little too much, they need to do something about it. But definitely, we need to see what's going to happen to him. I ain't letting his ass escape just because Chris Colbert is stuck in the fade with Frank Martin. I'm not going to let him get away because now, since he ducked the fade with Chris Martin, who you going to fight? Who you gonna fight? And I really think he's really trying to get the Gary Russell fight. I could be wrong because the guy just be pump faking a whole lot, but I think that he's really going to try to get the Gary Russell fight. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Hold up, more. Huh? What's up? I'm at motherfucking work. Yeah. At work. Yeah, I'm at work, yo. Yeah, talking to my peoples online right now and shit. I'm on YouTube killing my hours and shit. You cool though? I'm gonna hit you I see you in the morning when I get off. All right, sis. Yeah, y'all, I'm back. Now that's my sis. She must have had something to tell me because she don't normally call me when I'm at work. Fuck that. We gonna get back to this cook. The thing is this, Chris Colbert, I think he don't want to fight a lot of people, man. I think this guy has been a cloud chaser, and I think it's starting to come out that he's full of shit. Cause he really needs to get in there with somebody instead of calling out these names. He's calling out for people, and then when he gets what he's asking for, he don't fall through for it. And I really think this kid don't have too much confidence in himself. I'm not sold on Chris Colbert. He's gonna need to come back. He need to get his shit together. That's what he needs to do. Let's air that out. He really need to decide, is he all way in with boxing or he's all way out? Because he can get his ass whipped right now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys that can be a great test for him. You know what I'm saying? I think Frank Martin is too much for Chris Colbert, and he realized that Frank Martin is too much for him. So that's why he's pumping his brakes now. With me saying that, he keep saying shit to Gary Russell, that's because he feels as though that Gary Russell is old and things like that. But other than that, Chris Colbert ain't really talking about no damn body. Chris Colbert not calling out trying to see what Keyshawn Davis is made of or any of those other guys. You know what I mean? So I don't think Chris Colbert, he should just air himself all the way out of boxing. But stay tuned. Hopefully we'll hear something before the end of the year or early next year to see what the hell is going on with him. Because now that he can't duck the fade with Chris Martin and then try to come back against even that's a talented and skilled opponent. Me as a boxing fan, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna go for it. I'm not accepting it. I don't think you guys should too. I don't think you would. But we need to see what's going on. What y'all think? Should Dev fight no more? Should Dev just go ahead up to 140? I think Dev did enough at 135. I think he just stay down here. Like I said a few times, it really adds some more. It really adds some more spice someone to his legacy, because he has started that role, and that would definitely be nice to see what he's going to do. We don't know yet. Teofimo and Devin Haney, we'll never see that because Tio ain't gonna fight Dev Haney at 140 pounds either. Now, now here's the thing. Now, since we talk about 135 in the weight class, and a lot of guys got to prove themselves down there. And I know this is too far fetched. I know y'all want to say I'm out of my mind, right? But if we can get Michelle Rivera and Frank Martin, let's get somebody worthy enough in there with cheese. With my man Ray Martella. Let's get somebody in there with cheese. Matter of fact, yeah, Chris Colbert, if you really want to show everybody that you really that boy like that, okay. You said no to Frank Martin, okay, fight Ray Martella. Then let's see him fight Cheese, which I think he'd get his ass with anyway. But a lot of these guys, what they fail to realize, man, it's not going to be too much more hiding they can do. The only thing they're going to be able to do as far as duck and smoke is actually like did what Ryan did before and signed the petition not to fight Fortuna when he was supposed to. And a few other guys that he petitioned not to fight. Other than that, I'm sure this motherfucker's going. Now, let's get into this other part here. Hey, G5. That's what I'm talking about. Cheese will destroy this guy. Now, Cheese and Frank Martin would be a lovely fight. Hopefully, we'll see them two dudes fighting for a belt later. But before I really start building on who could be a champ next at 135, we gotta find out what the hell Devin Haney's actually going to do. If he's going to stay there or he's going to move up. And he need to make up his fucking mind, because there's other guys at 135. And we want to see what's going on. We want to know who's the next up to run 135 after Dev Haney leaves, or is Dev Haney going to stay there? Can Dev take 3 or 4 three more top fights there and be successful in all three or four fights? Could he wind up losing to one of these guys if he stay there? You know, is he gonna go up to 140 and start? But yeah, Chris Colbert, man, you gotta show us something. And I know Cheese would destroy this dude. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, I would like to see Cheese fuck up Isaac Cruz, but if Isaac Cruz is actually gonna get in there and not duck the fade with with Shakur, then he should get in there with Cheese, because I like Cheese taking it to his ass and all that old wild shit that Isaac Cruz. I'm telling y'all, Isaac Cruz gonna wind up getting knocked the fuck out soon. I'm telling y'all, he got it coming. He escaped it. He escaped it, but he got it coming. You know, because they really going to start putting in there. Okay, let's say he fights Shakur. Shakur won't beat his ass. What are you going to do? Go back down to fighting D-level fighters? D-level, C-level fighters? That's what he going to do? Because this is a hop, skip, and a jump for Isaac Cruz, for real. Because, you know, Tank and Shakur Stevenson, two different styles of fighters. Even though they're the same level as far as being elite, it's still two different type of styles. So Isaac Cruz hasn't faced enough of those type of opponents. So I can see Shakur Stevenson easily washing this dude. And I know all the Isaac Cruz fans go, man, you crazy, right? Hey, right. Isaac Cruz gonna hit him in the body, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Because one thing I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers about Shakur, no matter how you like him, the man is very durable. He's strong as shit. So we you know, he's not the type of dude that you can get in the ring with and oppose whatever the fuck you think you're gonna oppose on him. So all that pit bull shit that he think he gonna do against Shakur Stevenson if the fight go down, if you don't duck that fade, that motherfucker ain't gonna look like no pit bull. He gonna look like one of the little ass doodles and shit. You know, one of them little toy dogs is just always busy like a miniature chihuahua or something like that. You know, cause them little toy dogs, the little dogs that your lady could put in their purse, you know, they so light in the ass, so they got all this extra energy and shit like that. That's what he's gonna look like against Shakur Stevenson. He ain't gonna look nothing like no damn pit bull. All that, this, that, and the other. That boy is bound to run into something that's gonna put him on his ass bag that his insurance ain't gonna be able to cover. But let's see. Let's see. Man, listen. A lot of these guys need to be tested at 135. Matter of fact, who the fuck is goddamn Keyshawn gonna get in there with next, Mr. Goddamn 6-0? And they better put him in there with somebody evenly match, not no guy that got 30-something fights and look good on his resume to fake everybody's minds out to be saying, yeah, man, he fought a guy with a lot of experience. Experience don't mean shit. You gotta have some goodness that go with your damn experience. What the hell you mean? I don't give a damn how much experience you got. If you ain't good, you ain't good. You experienced you got a longevity of experience. You got a longevity of experience and get your ass whipped. But that's supposed to look good on somebody's resume. Get the fuck on out of here. Put that dude in there with somebody evenly matched. Matter of fact, Keyshawn Davis, won't you get in there with Cheese, homie? Let's air this shit out. Put Keyshawn in there with Cheese. We got, you know, Shakur about to fight motherfucking goddamn Cruz. Frank Martin, Michelle Barrero's about to get that shit on, let that shit go down. There's a couple more fights we can see. We gotta see what Devin Haney's going to do. What M.O.C is going to do. Is he retiring? What the fuck is he going to do? I like to see him get his ass whipped a little more, you know. Or, matter of fact, I would like to see how Kambosos looks. And I like to see him fight again only because of this. Because, you know, they say ass whippings give you a learning lesson. And you know how we keep saying, you know, that some guys has gotten better since they took a loss when they fought a certain fighter. And since Cambosa's always been a C-level guy, let's see that did he learn anything from getting his ass beat twice by the undisputed champion, probably the best skilled fighter at 135 pounds. At least one of the top three. You know what I'm saying? I have that shit evenly tied at number one. You know what I mean? Shakur, Tank, and Dev. They just got three different ways of displaying that shit. But do we really think that Cambosis actually learned something? Because some people think Cambosis can give some of these other guys problems. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, oh yeah. You know what? I'm just throwing Chris Colbert all over the place. I'm just throwing him around like the whole he is. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole he is. Everybody block one through this shit. Know what I mean? 56th Street had the whole next. Know what I mean? You don't even fuck with 60th Street like that, but you let them, yo, this whole coming that way, man. Y'all need to have fun with it. That's what Chris Colbert is. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. If I pick Cambosa, you want to get some get back beat up on Chris Colbert. If you want to show that you still good. Because he feels as though he can beat anybody else at lightweight outside of Devin Haney. That's what he really thinks. So it's still some things at 135 that we can still see. And some guys that we really need to see what the fuck is going on with them. So I don't know what they gonna do with this ice cream sherbet guy, but it's not really, he can't get no light touches like that, bro. You're running out of light touches. So they need to lighten up and tighten up and understand. Yeah, just yeah. I know a guy, man, that used to fight a whole lot, right? And he used to lose all the time. The thing is, everyone that he would fight, that he was fighting, was motherfuckers that can actually fight. So this dude never got in there with some got in the street with someone he was evenly matched with. He was always overly matched, right? But maybe five, six, seven of those ass whippings one day is gonna have you right, and you gonna come out and you gonna beat the brakes off somebody. You gonna have an Ali motherfucking slash goddamn Sugar Ray Leonard slash Sugar Ray Robinson slash Carissa Shields EJ type of performance. Motherfucker, like, well, goddamn, he beat the brakes. Where'd that come from? But he was getting his ass beat by champions his whole life. That shit can help you out later on down the line. So it's not about who you lose to, it's what you learn in your loss. You see what I'm saying? And then when you take a loss to someone that's a great talent and great skill, you pick up because they say you learn from your mistakes. So when you lose to someone, you go back, you look at your shortcomings to where you pay attention to how highly in the area where they was highly successful at, and you pay attention to the area where you was not so highly successful at, and you learn from that shit. You know what I'm saying? But some people feel as though he can still be a good a tough cookie for some guys. You know what I mean? I think yeah, he can be a good test guy. I say he's a good test guy. So let's see what he does, man. We'll definitely see that. But I don't know, man. I really need to find out what's gonna happen next with the undisputed king, what he's gonna actually do. What he's gonna actually do because we know we ain't gonna get no fucking tournament, even though it's a good idea. Shakur tried to throw something out there, but we know they're not gonna do it. But I guess you can say only thing they probably got out of is to do these man duels, and they need to do these fights and start evenly matching these guys up with guys that they should be in the ring with. Let these new guys build their brand together. You know what I mean? You know how some fighters was doing their thing and they came up and you knew that you was going to see this guy later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Or if you fight these certain guys right now, they're going to have your name looking good, your brand looking good. And that's what they should do. Um, build their own brand, man. It's too much good smoke with the up and coming contenders and the hot prospects. It's a whole lot of action Jackson. So a lot of these guys can become a draw. They can become a draw. They can become a household name if they actually get in there with guys that they should be getting in there with, and then build up to that. So, let's see that happen in 2023. Now let's just say EJ moves up to 54, who should be his first victim. There ain't gonna be nothing but another body for him. Who should be EJ's first body at 154? Yeah, but nobody really don't want to think that far. But some people really feel as though that the he can still become champ at 147 pounds, but it's the bullshit. It's the bullshit. That's not good. Um, Also, uh, going back to 135, there's somebody else down there that we need to see up in the mix. Um, I can't get the guy name out, but hey, just do. Who's this prospect that you was talking about, man? I seen something about an up and coming prospect you can do. I didn't get a chance to look into it. But look, how about this, y'all? If you was putting together, right, a Mount Rushmore right now, you have to put together a Mount Rushmore, right? And what is 4 or 5 heads on the Mount Rushmore? But here's the thing: this Mount Rushmore, you can only pick one fighter from the most popular. Oh yeah, Abdullah Mason. Yeah, thanks G5. Thanks. Yeah, he fights at 35, right? Because Abdullah be confusing me because it's his size, but he's fighting at 35, right? G5. Abdullah Mason. Now, if it's somebody that can become undisputed, or I think that will be undisputed later on, that 135 is this kid right here. Abdullah Mason. Can you imagine? I'm gonna get back to the Mount Rushmore, G5. You just took me back. Imagine, G5. Take this. I'm glad. Oh yeah, we're gonna stay at this 135. This is what 135 looks like right after Devin Haney decides to move out. Let's say Dev decides to move up, right? 135. I could kind of understand what T.O. was saying, but not because of the same reason why T.O. said it. But imagine, right, 135, what we already have lined up. This next class, you got Abdullah Mason, you got Cheese, you got Keyshawn, you got Ghost, you got all these guys, man. Can you imagine the next time is time to put together Undisputed at 135 is going to be a motherfucker. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now, and anybody can think that I'm crazy. Yo, let me tell you something. Shakur Stevenson better not stay at 135 too damn long. All right? Because, man, don't stay there long, Shakur. You know, Abdullah Mason wound up being tied to your name, bro. I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying, yeah, y'all can. Man, I would love to see that shit. Not right now. But I'm telling you, 135 is very dangerous. That's why it has to be aired out, because there's a few guys that can be the man next at 135. That's why it's still an interesting thing for Dev Haney, because look at all the talent that's there. And he's young, so it's like as far as age wise, he can sit there and start a whole nother fucking legacy. See what I'm saying? And add on to his legacy, he's young, but we already know because he's young and he's still growing, that he's not going to be able to stay there that long. But just imagine if he was to stay at 35 for another 2 years, right? Can you imagine if he beats these guys or one of these guys wind up, man, listen. I'm gonna say this right now because I'm with a lot of people as far as when it comes to 135, man. Listen, if there's anybody right now that we can easily just look at off the simple eye test and say that they probably would be the next undisputed guy at 135 out of these newer guys. Probably Abdullah Mason probably have the highest percentage. I think he would have the highest percentage. If you was to do a survey. Matter of fact, we surveying this shit right now. Who has right now, just off the eye test, people, who has the better chance of being the next undisputed lightweight champion out of Abdullah Mason, Cheese, Frank Martin, Keyshawn Davis, and what's my other man name? Hold up, is another name at 35 that's nice. Well, out of those four right now, if someone was to come to you and say, hey man, who has the best chance of being the next undisputed guy at lightweight out of these four names? Abdullah Mason, Frank Martin, Keyshawn Davis, or Ray Maratella. God damn. Right now, if you have to pick one, and of course you would be honest, who would it be? Just off of that right now. Man, I know. Most likely it'd be Abdullah Mason, man. Oh my gosh, 130. I think, yeah, Kid, I forgot. Kid Austin is at 35 too. Yeah, 5. That's right. Kid Austin is at 35 also. Yeah, because matter of fact, man, matter of fact, Kid Austin is one of the guys who's on Keyshawn Davis ass. Because Kid Austin just came out recently, said he had beat Keyshawn. And also you already know Tito Machado is on Keyshawn ass too. See, there's 2 other names. So man, listen, man, 35 is something else, man. Wow. You know what? With those names, they might just have to go ahead and put together a tournament, homie. Like seriously, fuck a 6-man tournament. They need to put together a top 10 man opponent, a tournament in that shit, bro. Man, listen, that's what I'm talking about. And see, that's why in a way, in a way, Shakur's still, a little too far fetched for Isaac Cruz, but because he has faced Tank, I guess it's cool. But it's a whole lot of guys that, these guys, they want to build their name instead of clout chasing. It's too much work at 35 to where you ain't even got to worry about those guys yet. There's too many guys that they can build their name and their legacy, right now. Right now, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? Let's think about it. 35, 40, 47, right? 35 to 47. When, the guys that have been at the weight class, the OGs, Once they move on in that next class, imagine how those three weight classes gonna look, and which weight class is probably gonna be. You know what? 135 man might wind up topping 40 and 47 when you think about the next group of guys that's up. I mean at the arrow, you know, at the arrow, you got because there's only two guys really left from they class there, and basically they trying to get that shit over with now, but we already know what's happening. So let's say after Bud and EJ, we already know what's at 47, what's next up there at 47. Boots, Speedy, Rashidi, Virgil, a few other guys. Then at 40, we already know what's at 40 right now, because 40 is at a standstill until we find out what's going on, because 40 can become something. So matter of fact, you take what's that 40 right now, and the next guy's at 47, and the guys right now at 35, man. Um 35 might wind up being the more exciting weight class to watch in the near future. Um, out the three that I talked about. You know what I'm saying? When you really think about the guys that are up next, you know what I'm saying? And because guys have moved up to 35 from 130, then you had new guys come in. It's a lot of guys that came in that the new guys they around that weight class. So we got a lot of guys at 140 down to 130, that's in the mix. So 35 could be making some noise and probably wind up being talked about a little more than the welterweight division, which was always one of the most talked about weight classes. And lightweight too. But when you really think about it, y'all, man, look at it. Let's call it out like 35. Mm, mm, mm. Because really, at the EJ number is only a handful, at the EJ, at the with Boots and Speedy Rashidi and Virgil, how many other guys, at the, EJ and Bud is going, that's in their time. How many guys up there that's really good? It's not really that many. Then we look at 40, where there's a whole lot of smoke there. So, you can't even worry about the next class at 40, because that next class is the class that's now, because of what happened when everything fell apart with Josh Taylor with the undisputed shit and everything like that. So then you had guys step in right now. So 40 is moving kind of slow, and 35 is catching up. And now we got all these guys at 35 outside of Devin Haney, outside of Shakur Stevenson, and outside of Tank Davis. Now we got all these other guys. You know what I mean? And Shakur just getting there, and Tank been there. But y'all understand what I'm saying? We got a whole bunch of guys, man, and it's like it's the competition of the weight classes for me. This is how I'm looking at it. And these sanctioning bodies and shit, they better do something, Jack. These weight classes better do something. They better start competing, because I'm telling you, when you really think about it, we always got to pay attention to what's next. We already know what's now. But in the sport of boxing, we have to continue to see what's next and start pushing that. And hopefully that the people that's in charge of the machine, oil it the right way and give us exactly what we deserve. You know what I'm saying? Because when they give us what we deserve, it's better money for them motherfuckers. Even though none of their money is going in our pocket, but they need to understand that. But I understand the way they do things. They like to get that money in the weirdest way, in the strangest ways, the way that they want to do it. But this is boxing, so it's going to get very, very interesting. So man, it's 135. You got a whole bunch right there, and that's why they need to do these mandos and actually do a tournament because it's a lot going on. You know what I mean? Guys want to take shortcuts. No, don't take no shortcut. You like that, man? Get it down for the crown. Yeah, so Kid Austin is there too. I still got my fishing rod. I'm still looking for Keith Bounty Hunter. You know who was talking his shit. You know what I'm saying? Where he's at, when he's going to get a fight. You know, somebody need to pull him out. I know last time somebody interviewed him, he said he wasn't getting out of fight because people supposed to be scared of him, or maybe he needs to do something to get himself ranked. But where that guy at? Where that guy at? It's a whole lot, man. And that 35, man. I don't know, people. I think we the whole time, you know, we was just looking at certain names at 35, and but we've been paying attention to the other weight classes. Been the whole time. 35 got a whole bunch of new fresh crop right there. So it's a whole bunch of smoke for everybody at 35, more so than it is at the other ones. Get that shit in. Run that shit down. So that's why I'm like, that's why I keep saying, I know y'all heard me saying, I'm gonna say it again until I'm gonna keep saying it. Dev Haney is in a beautiful situation, man. Dev Haney is in a beautiful situation, bro. A beautiful situation. Just, you know what I mean? Like, he can stay at 35. He can stay at 35. I ain't gonna say a couple fights, another year or two because of what's there, and it just, whew, man, it's the best record I ever seen in boxing in so long. You know, this guy's getting there with all the time, man. So, and to be honest, people, even though it's dangerous at 40, but just think about what we just, you know, rediscovered, or you know, just really paid attention to what's at 35, and then look at the heat is at 40. Man, dude is in the best position. He's you know, people want to talk about Hall of Fame and this, that, and other, blah, blah. Even if you're a fighter, man, look, this dude, he can say all that shit right now because he did it. That young man can retire right now. He would be robbing us because he got so much more to give us. But he has actually done some legacy shit and can retire right now. So that means that he got a whole lot of more to do that he can do. And he young. And he young. Watch out, y'all. I'm about to throw something out there. This man, this young man, actually, his resume and his career can be better than Floyd Mayweather's. I'm going to say that again. This shit can be better than Floyd Mayweather's, man. Right now. With something that, you know, we accuse of Floyd Mayweather of cock blocking his fighter's legacy and success. But because that Dev is not tied in to Floyd Mayweather, because we know how Floyd is stunning the growth for Tank and things like that, you know, because a lot of these promoters, well, not a lot, just Oscar and Floyd, they move their guys like they don't want these guys' legacy to be anything like theirs or even better. But then we sitting here and we talking about these guys, and we talking about Devin Haney. What has he done already? You know what I'm saying? And even though some people still say, well, you know, one or two things that make seem the shit along with his talent. Because some people still argue, well, he ain't even fought the best opposition, this, that, and other. Well, some of that best opposition do not want to fight him. Okay, well, you got to judge it on that, but look what he did. Look what he did. He satisfied the people enough Because didn't a lot of people come out and give a C-level guy more credit than what they were supposed to give him? So he has lived up to those standards. So he is a legend. He's a living legend at a young age. And he's creating his legend. He's living his legend. He's putting together his legend as he goes. So he's in a great position. And that's why these guys out here, these motherfucking clout chasers and all that, if anything, if anybody really want to prove themselves worthy, don't clout chase that man. But I think they should do what that man is doing, because he's about one of the best examples in the sport of boxing right now, and some of these punk ass fighters out here need to look up to him. He's a young man, but he's a fucking OG. I'ma say that again, and I'm an OG calling a young man an OG. He's a young OG in that sport because he did some OG shit and he moving like an OG. And people motherfucker maneuver around this man like he's a fucking OG. So he's a young OG in the sport of boxing. Now I mean, because what he has done, and he has so much more he can do. And the reason why I'm speaking on him right now is because he's in the best position out of everyone in men boxing right now. Out of everybody in men boxing. Because the way the shit is lined up for him. Now we have came out and we talked about how things are lined up for certain fighters. His shit is lined up nice. Lined up nice. And it was put together without putting any effort in it. It's just you move a certain way, you perform a certain way, and things is going to happen a certain way. And this is what it is with this young man. So he got a whole lot. He's in the best position. He's in the best position. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna say this, man, the young man deserves to be probably the most talked about guy or even the fucking face of boxing right now. Because of what he stands for and what he has done and the type of energy and respect that he still continue to receive. Most feared. He's the most feared. He's the most feared. He's just as feared as Deontay Wilder, always been. So this man is in the best position. He can have a hell of a fucking goddamn career, yo. A hell of a one, and hopefully that happens for him. And that's why these guys, shit, I want to rumble this motherfucker. I want to rumble his ass now. Well, let me build myself up a little bit. So then when I do get in the ring with him, and then if he beat me, you know, at least I'll be a credited motherfucking goddamn win for this man. But a lot of these dudes don't want that. He's the man to beat. Devin Haney is the one to outdo in men boxing right now. He is. He's the man to outdo. No matter if you're in the same weight class or not. But this definitely go for these 135 guys that's mentioning everything but him. What are you there for? But don't clout chase. Say it, mean it, and do it. Because what you think, you say. And what you say, you're supposed to do. All that shit is supposed to connect together. But we know it don't connect like that all the time, people. That's your trinity right there. What you think, you would speak. And what you speak, you would perform. So those three things is what you put into existence. You know what I'm saying? So, man, what would you do? If you was the undisputed champion right now, in this position, knowing that you got so much you can do, and you know everyone is looking at you. If you was Devin Haney right now, What would you do? Would you sit back and look at 35 and be like, damn, I can, you know what I mean? Or then you could just look the other way and be like, you know what? These motherfuckers don't know what to do up there. Let me go up to this weight class and show them how to do this, son. Hmm? Can he get on some Henry Armstrong shit? Be dominating two weight classes at one time? Something to think about. Something to think about. This kid has the best position, yo. So when we talk about legacy, or when we think about it, when it comes to the sport of boxing, he should be the first name or one of the two first names that we speak about when it comes to legacy, when it comes to being a true champion. All these things that we know that makes and is a true champion, a true opponent. The man wants it all, but everybody don't want to come his way. But shit, if I'm anybody and I'm in the sport, I'm gonna be paying attention. Whoa, I need to start moving this way. I need to get my name up under his resume, win, lose, or draw. Nigga, I gotta get there. But do some shit first before you open your mouth. Like your parents say, think before you open your mouth, right? They said think before you open your mouth. So, hey, these guys should really think about it before they say anything. And I think, with that being said, with Devin Haney, he's probably taking his time because I mean, look is what's right there. So it definitely could be something for this young man, but I don't know. So we definitely would tune in if we get this Shakur and Isaac Cruz fight. Like I said, I already told you, fellas, how I feel about that fight. What would be the outcome? My mind is not going to change. I'm really not sold on this dude. He's not really like that. You know, he ain't really like that. And once he gets in there and gets embarrassed, totally, we'll see what happens with this guy. Or the guy that's trying to get a paycheck and go back to his country. A lot of those guys, they be trying to be an instant star. They ain't trying to be a long star. They ain't trying to be a star for a long duration. They trying to be an instant star so they can make that quick money, and they can go back to their country and live like a motherfucking king and say, "Fuck you, you didn't pay me. Thank you very much." And it seems like this is something that is along the mindset of Isaac Cruz, because I really think he's just trying to go in there, get some, get a real check, get another big paycheck or whatever, and dip off and ride off into the sunset. Now he don't really need um like what we consider a payday. You know what I mean? It's a little more. These guys, the countries that they come from, and they how they was living, they come from humble backgrounds. So, you know, if they know that the most they can make right now in their career is 350,000, that's what they're going to do. But we know that we can make more than that 350,000. So we're gonna move a certain way. You know what I'm saying? To as we can turn that 350,000 to a 750,000 payday and so forth. So, what's a they look at a certain amount of money different than the way that we do. So this is why this guy, he's just trying to, come in and, be a hero for his country, because a lot of them, when they do get nice amount of money, you know, they go back to their country and they look out for they fellow countrymen and women. So it's not wrong with that. And I think that's what Isaac Cruz is trying to do. But you know, don't be running around and talking like you like that, because then if you talking like you like that, you need to show us, the boxing fans, content creators, that you really are like that. Get in the ring and get it in. But my whole thing is, man, take your time, young man. You young. So why sell yourself short for a quick joint when you can go, you know, people rather, you know, sometimes taking a lump sum ain't good. It's about that, boop, drop the head on you. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like Isaac Cruz is trying to, you know, get a lump sum. Like he's trying to cash in a certain amount of money in a short period of time. To as most likely, if he take his time and build his own brand instead of trying to fast track, he'll fare out better. But when these guys don't, if it's not in their overall plan, because a lot of times we don't know what's in these fighters' overall plan. Some of them just want to come in the sport of boxing, man, and you know, reach a certain goal, like reach a certain amount of money, and then after that, we don't know what that certain amount is, and then next thing you know, they disappear. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are just getting to the sport of boxing just to say, man, if I could work my way up to making 50,000, I need to get this 50,000 some kind of fucking way. You know, 1 or 2 fights, I can get that or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man. But that's what it seems like. But shit, you know, to each his own. But look, we got 2023 coming. That means 2022 is over. We'll get together. We'll do the recap for this year. Um, I can't wait for TWT to have they pound for pound list put out for the masses somewhere in 2000, early in the year, and we move on from there. But it's been an awesome year of boxing. We've been having a lot of great content, great conversations on the sport, which is a good thing. So they've been doing something right, even with the negativity, give us something to talk about, and you know, try to help figure out what's going on, what's the shortcomings of this shit. But man, I'm telling you, this up and coming year of boxing, I think it's gonna be good. Hopefully this time around, y'all, we get a 4 year schedule. I don't want the same thing to happen. Yeah, you get the first half, and then the second half is no schedule. You know, so hopefully nothing that took place this year, holding up big fights, will happen like that again. And I think the boxing commission, along with the promoters, they should be held accountable for these things, because these things only happen because they allow them to happen. You know, and they can make a difference, because whenever they feel as though they feel like they need to do something, they do it. But they just don't do the fans any justice. And that's all we want from the boxing commission, is to stop fucking us over, and have these guys actually get in there and perform. You know, we need to know. You know, if you fighting for legacy, move like you fighting for legacy. If you just fighting for a, a quick fix, motherfucker, move like that and say that. But find your own identity. Find your own identity, because this last part is gonna walk us up on out of here. All right. Find your own identity. That's where you get the most respect from, when you have your own identity, when you are your brand. You built your brand, not, you know, picking off of somebody else's legacy, somebody else's name. Terrence Crawford, he purposely attached his name to Errol Spence. Yeah, sad reality, but we airing that out. Look what happened. Look what happened out of the damn thing. But the whole time we calling everybody else a clout chaser. You know what I mean? A brand tagger. The whole time this dude is a mega one. You know what I mean? He's alpha clout chaser. You know, but kind of like our fault. Because we attached his name to Errol Spence first. And then once he realized, you know, dang, this boy is. And he's using it. Because my whole thing, if we would have never started speaking of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence first, would this ever came out? No, it wouldn't have. But he was smart, said, you know what? You know, I'm gonna build something off this dude. Because until then, I mean, really, how much was he being talked about? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he was being talked about, but it seemed like all the things, the pound for pound, none of that shit didn't start until his name was connected to Errol Spence Jr. 135 Terrence Crawford, nobody wasn't saying no shit like that. Even the undisputed Terrence Crawford, that was leading up to it, but nobody wasn't talking about it like that, talking about his name like that. And then once his name got hooked on to EJ and he watched and see what EJ did, then he's now, you know, and that's what's happening. I don't like that shit. Build your own shit. Build your own shit. Let's stop giving these guys too much, because I'm going to close this live out another 10, 15 minutes on this topic right here. We need to be accountable, people, every last one of us, for the things that we stirred up and we started, even if we don't realize it. And even if we do realize it, we need to hold ourselves accountable. Yes, and we are just as guilty as the Terrence Crawford, the way Terrence Crawford moved. We just as guilty as him when it comes to this Errol Spence shit. It's our fault. We did that shit. We did it. We don't really want to own up to it, but it's our fault. So guess what? Lesson learned. Because we ain't get nothing but, we ain't get shit out of it. This man, we should have never connected his name to Errol Spence. Never. We should have never connected this man names to Errol Spence. That's where we went wrong at. We shouldn't have did that at all. And we paid for it. We paid for it. Because we built the narrative, or we built the path for someone, built a whole different path. And you know what he did? He said, you know, I'm going to come up off of these motherfuckers. I'm going to come up off them. I'm going to come up off them. Build your own legacy. Terrence Crawford didn't start popping off like that. His name started popping like that until he got to 147. Now tell me if my time clock is wrong. We did that. And what he give us in return? He's showing us that it was never his plan. And he's basically telling us, I ain't that dude like that. I ain't that dude like that. He's acting in a way like, you know how when you got a family member, you got a cousin or something like that, and he probably the black sheep, you know what I mean, or he got a certain talent or whatever, but he trying to be low key dude. He try to be beyond modest. That's Terrence Crawford. Why? Come on, man. Why you telling everybody, I'll be running around, motherfucking whipping ass like that, man? You be telling that's gonna draw too much attention, man. What you mean it's gonna draw too much attention? You do be whipping ass though. I seen you whip a whole lot of ass. Yeah, but man, y'all need all that attention. Meaning that he's gonna wind up getting attention from somebody who ass he probably can't whip. And he most likely know he can't whip that ass. This is how it's happening. Now, I mean, like, you put me on blast like that. You know? I mean, put me on blast like that, man. I ain't asked for all that, man. Now, now it seems like I gotta go prove myself and all that, man. Now, I mean, I wasn't trying to do that, homie, but now I gotta go. Now, you moving around all confused, Now, if now I'm gonna look like a nut if I don't, I ain't want all that. I ain't want all that. That man never wanted more than one goddamn belt. But business reason why, the only reason why they took the route to get the belts at 140, so he can so he has some sort of attraction at 147. Cause somebody had to talk, you can turn up, dude. You can turn up. You can be the most top, most like this, that, other, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So what he said, all right, well, come on, man. Don't be putting me out there like that, man. That's just like us getting together, right? And we get together when we go out. Everybody know, I'm, I got that good foot. Now I mean, if we go out, we go to a place and we walk in, and we see some action Jackson going on, and then you just go over there like, yo, you can't fuck with my boy. My boy bust your ass. My boy nice on the floor. Yo, cuz, why you do that, cuz? I want. That's what we did. First chance call, man. I want. That's what we did. So now it's like, oh man, now we know this man never wanted to move the way that he moved. And once he realized, oh shit, I could make me some easy money, man. You know what? Fuck it, forget about it. I'm gonna play along with it. But now understanding the level of it, see where it got us. We shouldn't have never brought his ass to attention. We should have never did it. We should have let that motherfucker go the way and let the boxing committee and all that move this guy like the way he's gonna move. Cause he shitted on us. He shitted on every last one of us, no matter if we was on the side that he would win or we was on the side that he lose. He just fucked us all over. 2023, us as fans, us as content creators, we cannot allow ourselves to move like this again. Because you know what it did? It gave us a whole attitude. We mad as a motherfucker. We mad. We upset. We mad. Then we sit there. We going to war with motherfuckers and shit. I mean, and some of the debates became unhealthy and shit, and unattractive. But we did that. So let's not make this same mistake as fans and content creators and people who follow the sport of boxing in upcoming year. When we look at people, we gonna look at them. We don't get caught up in the moment. We move them. We talk about them the way that they need to be talked about in the areas where they need to be talked about, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? And the way and when they should move. You know, that's what we need to do, because the ones that we talking about the most, they the ones who's doing the less. The ones we talking about the most are the ones who doing the less. But that's why we have these young humble guys, or we have humble people who's doing more talking by not talking. They doing more talking by not talking. They just get in the ring and they handle their business, and whoever's next is next. That's how it should be. You know, and now we gotta try to come and salvage some of the shit that we fucked up. We threw some bullshit out there, now we gotta come back and change it. Cause we did it. We put a lot of bullshit out in the air and people bit on to it. That's why we haven't had this motherfucking goddamn undisputed match at 147 pounds. Because of that. It was never really that man's plan. Never this man's plan. His plan was to bullshit you, come in, make some dough, and roll out. It wasn't this man to come in here and be fighting all these dudes that we think he should be fighting, and even with some of these people we think he will beat. It was never his plan. It was never this man plan to run into the fucking smoke at 147 that he, we trying to get him in there with. This man wanted the same exact touches and the same exact route at 47 that he had at 40 and that he had at 35. Did he fight the best of the best and all of the best at 35? No. Did he fight the best of the best at 40? No, he fought what was available and what was falsely, or strategically available. We already know the timeline and all that, what was really the shit down there at 140. And when you look at it, and when you look at where he got the shit, where he got those belts from, that shit don't add up. That's why he gets shitted on. And the reason why he didn't sit there, because he took the light route to get it. But he would have had a whole motherfucking problem with defending it, even if it was just one of those damn belts. Because he would have had to defend those belts against the guys he should have been fighting in the first place to get those belts from. Never that man's plan. But they seen what was going on. Let's capitalize off of this. Yeah. Say you're going to do this. Say you're going to do that. Stop talking about him. Stop talking about him. Trust me, it'll work. And get everybody rounded up. Oh, shit. Here we come. Yeah, man, I can't wait. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. That bull coming. That bull coming. He coming. He coming. He coming. He coming. He coming. He came. He's there. And he's just there. He's just there. Ain't gave us shit. He gave us nothing. It's our fault. Let's not move like this. 2023. Well, winning team, we ain't gonna be on that time. And we really haven't. I can't allow it. The moment I catch one of y'all caught up in the moment, I'm gonna pull you to the side. Get caught up in the moment, and you know what I mean? Waste your boxing knowledge on some shit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Motherfucker ain't worth it. Ain't worth it. Let's see what's going to happen in 2020. Deontay Wilder's back. Speaking undisputed, will he finally get it? Not really. We know that's what he's back for. Let's see if it happens. Let's see. We know what he's there for. We know we want the same thing that he wants. That's the difference. Terrence Crawford don't want the same things that we want. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna get none of the reward. But that's what we wanted. It's not what he wants. It's not what he wants. Shit too easy. It's like you spoil your child. You know, you spoil your child from the time he or she came out and you cleaning their rooms for them, you cleaning their room, washing their clothes, all the way up until an age where they old enough to clean themselves up and to wash their own clothes. And the moment you turn around and say, "Oh, switcheroo," they're gonna act crazy. They're not gonna be used to it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna boo-hoo, procrastinate, cry, or just simply fuck it up because this is something they're not used to doing. They haven't been properly prepped or prepared for it. So they're not gonna be too good. It ain't gonna look too good. And that's what it is. It's the fear of how bad a person is going to look, that more so than them losing. They weren't about how bad they would look. And in that man's mind, he looking like, damn. I mean, Errol Spence, you know, and you got Keith Thurman, Luke Simmons, Virgil D, Speedy Rasheed Ellis, a couple guys. It's like, oh man, it's a little too much, man. I'm the type of dude who likes to work smarter, not harder. I mean, sometimes that work smarter, not harder. Sometimes that's a lazy motherfucker. Sometimes. Sometimes that's just a lazy motherfucker. I want you on my payroll if you're a lazy person. I don't. I already know how you're gonna perform. You're not gonna put your best in it. You're not gonna offer your best. Just not. Because you're so used to a certain way. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what it is. This is what it got us. But I want to see Deontay Wilder see, if he can become undisputed, as long as the politics don't get in the part of heavyweight boxing, because that's what got in the way of heavyweight boxing before. I mean, with the Fury trilogy shit. But he's back to continue his legacy. Hopefully, we'll see that. No matter where Errol Spence go, if he go up to 54, get it there. Because I doubt if he ever gonna get it at 47. I think he done bit down on that reality. But the thing is, he really wants to fight this man. And I think it's not just about the legacy, it's about the belts. It's not just about that. He really want to fight this man. I'm telling you, man, if that belt wasn't involved, he would still fight that dude. He really want to fuck him up, bro. He really wants to fuck him up. Now it became a like, personal thing. Like, business wise, nigga, I just gonna fuck you up. We ain't homies. Big business and legacy wise. But nigga, you did some nut shit. So now he didn't put a spark up under, EJ, to whereas he gonna always want to fuck this dude up. And that's why he was like, man, basically saying, if this shit wind up happening, I'm gonna really fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell that he mean it. Because he's been antagonized by the dude, irritated by the dude. And us as boxing fans, we feel the same exact way as EJ. We should. Because everything that we feel as though that this The dude that's done, he feel the same way. He see it just as well. Because it's some bullshit. But we gonna see what happens. Will women boxing continue they road to domination 2023? I think so. Are we going to finally get undisputed match at 140? When are we going to start seeing these good fights at 140? Is it time to move on to the next chapter at 147 in 2023? We're going to have to talk about it. Will Monster Inoue finally move up and really come to the testing grounds in 2023? You got to see. Will a lot of the UK fighters that's they best fighters, some of them actually start coming over to the Americans, improve themselves in 2023? Would they start coming here more to fight? Because we've been going over there in 2023. Will Terrence Crawford fans finally wake up and realize what he's been doing to them? Piece of shit that he is, and the waste of talent that he is in 2020. Some of these fighters stop staying in weight classes way too long than what they should be in 2023. I really don't want to see none of the bullshit that I've seen in this year continue on in 2023. Now, some of it will carry over to that. But as long as I see less of it in 23 than I seen this year, then I think we heading towards progress. But it's a lot of questions to be answered, because a few of them haven't been answered this year. And there's a whole lot of questions that wasn't going to be able to be answered until next year. So hopefully we get to see all these things. Who would be the first phenom prospect to become a champion first? Not a title holder, people, a champion. Who will it be? Can we see Abdullah Mason get a shot at a belt next year? We're going to see. Will Clarissa Shields go for another undisputed motherfucking title? Will she move down to fight Jessica McCaskill, which I think she should not even waste her time on fighting Jessica McCaskill? And for two reasons. For one, I don't think she should move down, and for two, the way Jessica looked in her last bout, Jessica needs to fucking retire. How much more can Clarissa Shields do in women's boxing? Yeah, she's young, people. So will Clarissa Shields have a early retirement in women's boxing? That's a hell of a question. Look what she's already accomplished. much more can she do? She can't move down the weight. She can't go down the weight too far. And she can't go up too far. So I don't know, we might, hey y'all listen. I'm just saying. All honesty, she has done so much more in her career than a lot of men. And I get it. I'm in boxing. They don't have as many fighters. I get that. Men boxing has a little more space, a little more obstacles that they can use for bullshit and things like that. But that doesn't take away the fact that women boxing has been doing a damn thing. And this is why, hold on. This is why I raised the question, right? To ask how much more can Clarissa Shields do in women boxing? Would we want to see her stay around all these extra years? Roll into the sport? I don't know. We should see, but look, I ain't holding y'all up no more. It's your boy, Crush the Legend, aka Mr. PSA, aka Yoda. This segment has been brought to you by the winning team. Make sure you go over to the website, check us out, t-w-t.com. Go check it out. Go check out the fam. Get to learn about what we're doing. We got a lot of things going on over there, a lot of things to come. Become a member, become a part of the movement, become a part of a haven, a safe haven of brilliant, healthy minds. I really appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure when you wake up in about another 5 hours to tune into Southern T Boxing. He is ESPN of YouTube. He's going to have a very, very incredible, very, very interesting, incredible cook at 7:30 in the morning. Going to be talking about the top 15 undisputed champions in the 3 and 4 belt era. I think everyone should tune into that. It's definitely going to be a hell of a conversation. Pretty sure we're going to be able to talk about that for hours. So make sure you tune in to 7 T's Boxing, 7:30 a.m. And I'm speaking that in my time, so you know exactly what time it would be in your time if you're not on Pacific time. You Central, that'll be 6:30 a.m. And then if you Pacific, you know what time it would be. If you're Mountain time, you know what time it would be. Make sure y'all be there. Make sure y'all check out everyone that's a part of the TWT fam. Just Do, G5 Gabe, Ash and Quee, my brother Just Do, Ricky Williams, Skywalker, myself, Flossie TV, 817 is a whole bunch of us, man. So let's make sure y'all check us out. And I really appreciate y'all coming through and kicking it with your boy. I hope y'all like this build. And I will be talking to you motherfuckers in a few hours because I know that's going to be great with Southern T. But with that being said, it's your boy, Crush the Legend. Zone in right or don't zone in at all. And I'm out.